I'm Sans! And welcome to another video. Today I just decided to do something small. As you can tell, lighting shit, camera quality still shit, and probably the mic is still shit. I can't pick the right time of day to do a video. Probably like, oh my god, she looks like crap. Like, why did you make a video? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna teach you a little something. I can't teach. I can't do this. You piece of shit. I'm here to talk to you about homeschooling. I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled from the age of 6 and onwards. The reason why I was homeschooled is because my brother went to primary school. He had dyslexia. He was severely bullied, and how do we put it? No one really liked him. He got a fear of school, so they had to take him out. I can't have no makeup on a video. I'm like one of those Jamaican women. It's just gonna cause more problems for me because I'm gonna have to like wash my face later. You know what my mum said to me? You don't need makeup. You look fine. You liar. Well, I'll do my makeup, I might as well talk. So, he was homeschooled at a young age. He was home educated. And then I was home educated as well. The reason why I'm talking about this is because maybe some people didn't understand. I know that when I chose to go to primary school, I know that people didn't understand because it's just something they're not used to. So, I guess I'm just here to explain what homeschooling is. My experience of homeschooling was like, and would I ever recommend it to another person? The pros and cons of it. I wrote the pros and cons in my book. I came prepared. I wrote down the pros and cons from my own personal experience and to the experience of people who may have taught their kids when they're at home, or maybe they just looked it up themselves. Positives of homeschooling. Well, we all know at a young age we're all sent into school. It's the law. The school system is that you must go to school. You must educate your children. You must force to be put in the slavery market that is school. If you're homeschooled, it's different. You spend longer with your parents, you have more time with them, you get to understand them a little bit more, maybe why they're going through financial difficulties, maybe a bit more about their work, or what they had to give up to teach you, because it all depends on what you do. Which is another positive, if you have your own business and you've decided to homeschool your kids, then you don't have to worry about dropping a job because it's either a home business where it's at home like mine or my parents' business, or it's one where it's only like a few miles away. Either so, if it's a homemade business, one of you could just take the time off, which you could see as a disadvantage as well, but I see that more as an advantage. Like I said, you get to know your parents a bit more. You get to understand their values, why they see the life in general in a different view than maybe people in your year or people who are younger than you would see it. You get to see traditional values. You get to see maybe why your parents would like your presence a little bit more, you know? They'd like to see you more. I still fail at that. I have more chances to go around the world. Like, I know when I was little and I was homeschooled, the best way that my parents could teach me different cultures, different languages, different historical events was by taking us to the actual country. We have friends in Germany, and we went to Germany like every Christmas or whenever we could, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. I like going to Germany. I've also been to Rome. I've been to Rome 3 times. I went to one, right. My dad owns a business to do with Romans, okay? He dresses up for a living. So one of our trips was to go to Rome. So we did a coach trip. We had a coach trip from Chester all the way across the countries to get to Rome. It was absolutely amazing. And I think we did have a flight next time, I couldn't remember. I had a lot of fun, we visited a lot of sites, and that was my history lessons. Most of our history lessons were in a different country. I've been to Crete, I've been Germany, Italy, Cyprus, Greece. I've been France on the way through to Germany. It's amazing. You know a lot more. Because you're not under the restraints of, oh, well, I gotta go to school. Well, I gotta I got stuff to learn. You're not under that. You take it with you. Another positive is that if you aren't understanding something, there's no pressure by teachers to learn it. There's no pressure to feel like you had to understand it. Get at your own pace, and because it's your parents, you don't have to worry about it. Excuse me. My eyebrows are hideous. You could just tell makeup is not my strong point. My parents still tried their hardest to teach me maths. I had separate teachers all the time. My parents had to get tutors in on different occasions to teach us things. God, it's just too hot. Too hot. Oh, bring in that cool air. Oh, not gonna follow me anymore. They're just gonna be not even subbing. And if I did sub, I'm gonna unsub. I'm gonna sub just to unsub. You're doing her makeup in the video. Ooh, but isn't it more interesting? Shut up. Sorry about the lighting, but there was a lot of procrastination because me and my brother, we just didn't want to learn. My mum was like, please just learn, and we were like, no. I'm not vain. It's just called being better than you. Anyway, now we're going on to the disadvantages of homeschooling. I know personally, I never learned how to properly socialise with kids my age. I mean, adults, fine. People who are slightly older than me, 19, 18, fine. But, well, I say slightly older than me now because I'm 17. But when I was 12 or 11 or 8 to 10, dealing with people my age was really hard. I mean, when I went on holiday, for example, we went to Egypt, I was completely fine with making friends with someone because they weren't from the UK. I wasn't going to see them every day. And I don't believe that she understood me half the time. I mean, she was from somewhere else. I still enjoyed the company. But yet you really struggle on how to deal with people in your community, how to deal with people every day, because I wasn't dealing with people every day. I know I used to go out and hang out on the street, but those kids didn't like me at all. And I mean at all. They bullied me a lot. They thought me being homeschooled was weird, and I guess if you've been taught in education all your life, it would be weird. So I don't blame them. And it's also especially hard for my brother. My brother, he's a thing called Keflan. He's amazing. He's got a weird Celtic name, but I do too. But I'm not telling you my real name. He was severely bullied, like I said, and then he tried to come back into sixth form when I was in years 8, I think. And they were so nasty towards him because he was slightly different. He was home educated, he had dyslexia, he wasn't like everyone else. He was better than everyone else, in my opinion. He had a range of knowledge that no one could ever knew. He knew about Roman history, because that's what my family do. We do Roman history. He knew about the Greek gods. He knew all this information. And because my brother didn't go and drink alcohol on a regular basis at a party, he was different. I mean, I'll tell you how bad it gets. He was nearly hit by a car because 2 lads decided that they were going to push him into the road and hold him there. That's how bad it can get for some people who are homeschooled. My brother's still a really nice guy. He can still deal with people. His job every day is dealing with people, and I look up to him for that because it took me many years of just being forced into this system where I had to deal with people that I learned to, but he just knew how to deal with people like that, and I highly respect him for it. Even though he's had all this shit thrown at him, he is still a great guy, regardless of the homeschooling, because I think that just made him better. Maybe he's a little bit older in his views because he's been around mature people, but it doesn't mean he's any different to the age range of people that he's with now. The only disadvantage I would say is a big cause and a big problem of homeschooling is that people don't accept you. I mean, I have a small group of friends in school and outside of school that love me for me, who are amazing, and I enjoy their company. I'm a bit lucky. Sadly, my brother doesn't have something like that. So that is a disadvantage of homeschooling. It's hard to make friends, especially when you've never been around people your age. I mean, take this in account. My brother was 5 when he left. I think it was year 5, I can't remember. I just know he was a very young boy, and he spent all his life being home educated understanding adults, knowing how to deal with people, answering the phone for our business sometimes, and I do that too now. And then he goes into school and he's like, what the fuck do I do? It's different. I mean, I know you're there to learn, but at the same time, people are shit. Another disadvantage of homeschooling is that your parents can't teach you everything. A little bit of help, they may get a tutor in, but maybe that tutor's not good. Maybe your parents can't explain it properly. Maybe the tutor can't explain it properly. Maybe having a teacher might be able to help because a teacher's been doing it for so many years while your parents have had to do it because they want to teach you at home. A disadvantage I would say of homeschooling is that it's hard to take exams. School does that for you. They put you into an exam, it's all free. But when you're homeschooled, how are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to show that you know the subject when you can't get qualifications for it? A lot more disadvantages and advantages of homeschooling that I could pick and tell you about. You can have your own opinion about it. To me, I believe a combination of both. Like, homeschooling at a young age, up to the age of maybe 10, 11, maybe even 9. And then going into school and doing that, because then you spend the appropriate amount of time with your parents to develop a healthy relationship with them. And then you can go and socialize and develop a healthy relationship with your friends, well, soon to be friends, and that means everyone's coming at the same point, so that means it's not hard. I mean, I've always struggled with dealing with people. I mean, there's been a few times where people just come up to me and I haven't said anything. I mean, I said it in my 5th video. When I first met Charlotte and Grace, I was silent. I said nothing because I was afraid. I was just afraid that something I'd say was wrong. And I'm like that now, today, in my school. I'm 17 years old and I'm still struggling. People take the mick at me for a lip. People take the piss out of my brother for who he is. And he's a nice guy, but they won't get to know him. Homeschooling is not bad, but neither is it good. It's just like the school system. It's not bad, but neither is it good. So I hope that brings insight to you. I hope you understand it now and feel like you can see life from a different perspective. You can now see what it's like to be homeschooled. Because I know it's not as weird as you think. It's like education, just with your parents. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You don't have to, but subscribe, like, please, I need your feedback. I am working very hard to do this. This is my dream. And if there's anything you didn't like about the video, if there's anything you think I need to pick up on, get better at, please leave a comment. That would be great. And thank you for watching. Yay!